Besmeba, World, Manfeskadus, and Amlak. Besmeba, World, Manfeskadus, and Amlak. Besmeba, World, Manfeskadus, and Amlak. Amen. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. It's now Monday, the 7th of October, and continuing with the reading of the Ethiopian Bible, a chapter a day. And we're now on chapter 9, still in the story of Noah on the ark. So here beginneth the reading. And God blesses Noah and his sons, and says to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth. And your fear and your dread is on every beast on the earth, and on every bird of the heavens, and all that creeps on the ground, and all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand they have been given. Every creeping thing that is alive to you is for food, and as the green herb I've given you the whole. Only flesh in its life, its blood you do not eat, and only your blood for your lives do I require. From the hand of every living thing I require it, and from the hand of men, and from the hand of every man's brother I require the life of man. Whoever sheds man's blood by man is his blood shed. For in the image of God he has made man. And you be fruitful and multiply, teem in the earth and multiply in it. And God speaks to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I am establishing my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature which is with you, among bird, among livestock, among every beast of the earth with you, from all who are going out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I have established my covenant with you, and all flesh is not cut off any more by waters of a flood, and there is not a flood to destroy the earth any more. And God says, This is a token of the covenant which I have given between me and you and every living creature that is with you to continuous generations. My bow I have given in the clouds, and it has been for a token, a covenant between me and the earth. And it has come to pass in my sending a cloud over the earth, and the rainbow has been sent in the cloud. And I have remembered my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature amongst the men of all flesh. And the waters no longer come to flood to destroy your flesh. And the bow has been in the cloud, and I have seen it, to remember the perpetual covenant between God and every living creature among all the flesh which is on the earth. And God says to Noah, This is a token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. And the sons of Noah who are going out of the ark, and Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. These three are the sons of Noah, and from these all the earth has been overspread. And Noah remains a man on the ground, and plants a vineyard, and drinks of the wine, and he is drunken, and uncovers himself in the midst of the tent. And Ham, father of Canaan, sees the nakedness of his father, and declares to his two brothers outside. And Shem takes Jacob and Japheth also the garment, and they place it on the shoulders of them both, and go forward, and they place on the shoulders of their father to cover his nakedness, and their faces are backward, and their father's nakedness has not been seen. And Noah awakens from his wine, and knows that which his young son has done. Let me read that bit again, blessed love. And Noah awakens from his wine, and knows that which his young son has done, and says, Cursed is Canaan, servant of servants he is to his brothers. And he says, Blessed is my God Yahweh, is Shem, and Cain is servant to him. God gives beauty to Japheth, and he dwells in the tents of Shem. And Canaan is servant to him. And Noah lives after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah are 950 years, and he dies. Blessed love, yet a berek for cure. There's a lot going on in that chapter. A lot going on, and lots of things to explore. One thing is, yesterday I shared a video of the rainbow that I saw just opposite my house, and I took a little video of it and posted it up. And because obviously the rainbow is mentioned in this chapter as Noah's God's covenant to Noah and God's covenant to the earth, that he's not going to destroy the earth in that same way that he did before. And this is a covenant of a kind of a new dawning of God's relationship with man and woman. Um, and yeah, when I put it up, my good comrade Samanoa, my good friend, she mentioned in the comments that symbols are always around us, and when we're open to them, that's when we see them. It's kind of word to that effect. Symbols are all around us when we're open to them, and I absolutely agree with that. Some people do take signs, and this isn't, I'm not critiquing any different person, but I don't particularly see signs as a personal intervention from God to send me the sign. If I ask for a sign, or I'm asking for something, or, praying, God send me a sign, that kind of thing. If I then notice a sign and I don't necessarily think God has sent me that sign. I think that sign was there anyway. And actually, what I'm praying for is to open up my consciousness to be able to witness and notice the sign. I think signs are around us, and this is why I'm interested in everyday life. And it talks about everyday life spirituality in my profile, because I believe these signs are around us, spiritually around us all of the time, but I think we're just not always open to appreciate it, to see it, and to notice it. So it'd probably be for another reasoning, and I'm not sure if I don't have all the answers, but I don't particularly believe in an interventionist God. If I pray for something, then all of a sudden that happens. As if God is particularly concerned about my life in that interventionist way. Because I don't, my ego's not I'm not thinking, yeah, God is so concerned about Haile Mariam, Haile Mariam. God loves us all, and God loves us all equally. And I think what we're often praying for is to open up ourselves and our channels, and to be aware of opportunities to enable things to happen in our lives. There's that quote, God helps those who helps themselves, which often gets, I think, misinterpreted. So that's one thing. Well, that's for a bigger reasoning, really. And then the other thing at the end of that chapter is about Canaan, that Canaan saw the nakedness, or was it that Ham saw the nakedness, and Ham is the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of Noah, and Noah basically put a curse onto the descendants of Ham, because he saw the nakedness, and then Ham and Canaan's descendants were then cursed. And that line has often been used to justify slavery and the oppression of African people, because they said Ham and Canaan, they are the ancestors of African people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's a curse on African people, and that's why we were then enslaved. That's why we were then, continue to be oppressed. It's one of these lines in the Bible that have been manipulated by white supremacy, and those that are in the business of exploiting other ethnicities and using these things to justify, in the same way that that earlier passage in Genesis was used to oppress women, when it said that women shall be the servant of the man. This line, in terms of the curse on Ham and curse on Canaan, has been used to justify the oppression of black people all over the world. And I refute that very strongly. Um, so I'm going to leave it there on that kind of cliff edge, because there's too much to go into this kind of this video. But just to lay that marker there. So there's a lot going on in that chapter, and lots to meditate on, and I'm sure ones and ones will have their own interpretation as well. So have a blessed day. Give thanks to anyone listening. Yet a Brett for cure. Adu Amlak. Blessed love.